periods, what can I do in advance to prepare for it? Or, a variety of different responses we can do more effectively once we have the awareness and we have the strategies in place.
Thanks, Barbara.
Periods, what can I do in advance to prepare for it? Or
this before opening up to the audience. Is this so for the audience? I mean, other than following through and finding out about the heart program for themselves, let's say if they're interested or recommended to somebody to look into your curriculum, what's the takeaway for them? How can they find out? And is there any way for them to take on the curriculum? Is there any way for them to learn or participate or do something? What's in it for them?
Yes.
yes, of course.
Or maybe not yet, or maybe you're still preparing for the offer. Yeah.
Well, we for sure we have solutions for larger organizations, like schools or other kind of entities, and we're developing more of an individual curriculum where people can book a course, take the online curriculum, and engage and participate in group. I suppose you call them seminars or workshops, really. So, interactive seminars, right? I've just forgotten what I was going to say. Sorry.
Yeah, if somebody is interested in finding out or in learning, can they do that with you? Is that a possibility at this stage yet?
Oh yeah, they can definitely. We're working on getting an individual course set up to start in January. It's taking the curriculum we've already developed and putting it into individual structure. As Barbara mentioned, it's a combination of educational material online and then a classroom setting that's done via Zoom. So, we don't really worry about where somebody is as long as they have the technology to access a Zoom session. That's what we're launching.
Yeah, another point that I was going to mention is that, I think we alluded to this at the very beginning of our discussion, the idea that this is a toolbox of skills and strategies, and there's 50 plus skills and strategies in the toolbox, and then you make recipes with them. So this is an idea. Think of it in this metaphor. You have your garage and you've got your toolbox in your garage. And depending on what you need to do, you might pull out certain tools to do the thing you need to do. Like maybe you're repairing a chair, or maybe you're fixing a piece of equipment, or maybe you're hanging a picture, or whatever it is that you're doing requires different sets of tools to be used to achieve your goal. But those tools, hammer, screwdriver, drill bit, whatever it is, can be used in a lot of different settings. And so the challenge is, once you know how to use a hammer, where else can you apply it to? Can you apply it to fix a chair? Can you apply it to hang the picture? Can you apply it to, rewire your lighting? I don't know. So it depends on, the situation. The point is that through the HEART program, your awareness of those tools and the strategies that you can apply them in helps you realize when you come into a situation and you're struggling or that it's challenging for you, I actually can use this skill here in this situation instead of just being frustrated, right? The explicit learning and systematic learning of these skills and strategies with names and definitions or, explanations and examples of how to use them help you say, I can use it in this situation and that and there and over here, and then be more effective instead of only using our skills in one place. And I'll give you an example of when we usually do that. Very often, we're able to control ourselves and our emotional response in a professional setting, in the moment. Maybe less so at home with our teenage kids. Or, with our partner if we're upset about something. Or if it's Friday night and we're tired and somebody raises a touchy subject. So our ability to apply the same skill that we use at work during our regular 9-to-5 day, if we're not doing it intentionally in our other areas of our life, we may not be as effective. But when we break down the skills that we use, maybe in a setting where we're more successful, which is exactly what the HEART program does, then we can transfer that knowledge to different settings. And that's a lot of the reason why the HEART program is so effective.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Bill.
yeah. So, Barbara and I have very different angles of how we look at this. A lot of what I think about in terms of preventatively is where are the places that I can give myself skills so I can be really comfortable and relaxed in situations where if I don't have the skills, I might see it as being impossible, right? So, teenage kids, a few years ago, my older son, when he was in high school, when he was in his junior year, he got really combative and didn't want to talk, didn't want advice, wanted to be really challenging for his mom and I. And I was patient and waited, and I realized that he was going through something, and there was nothing happening that I thought was going to be physically threatening for him. And so I was willing to let him run, and he got through it and kind of came around this corner. And I didn't take it as being a big deal. His mom was a little more stressed out and concerned about it. We're separated, divorced. And I was kind of relaxed about it, and it worked out really, really well. He calls me or texts me from college almost every day now because he wants to talk and he trusts the communication. His mom regularly pings me and says, "Hey, how's he doing?" Because he doesn't communicate with her as much because she never figured out how to change her communication style. And having these skills gave me the ability to modify my communication style with my son. It's also allowed me to modify my communication style in work contexts with different people who have different kinds of drivers for what they want to hear and how they want to be communicated with and what's important to them, which has been really effective for communicating with executives, as well as doing research to figure out how and why things are happening inside of a company.
Can you give examples of what skills you've used in that instance?
Which one at work? My kid.
With your kid?
Oh, so so with my son, the self-awareness skills were first of all just recognizing that I actually had all the control as his dad, and when he started to get upset, I recognized that I didn't have to get upset to mirror him. I could actually stay calm and collected and let him be upset, much like I did when he was a baby and would cry, and I didn't feel like I had to get pulled into that emotional cycle. And so I used my self-awareness. I stayed calm and collected. I listened to him really carefully. I figured out how to explain to him the boundary conditions that we're willing to give you a lot of freedom, and here's the edges. And to let him feel his own sense of power in that conversation. And that gave him the space to relax that we weren't trying to hold him down, which was what he was trying to figure out, right? But we also had boundaries. And we said, look, here's the edges, right? And being able to do that repeatedly, he got comfortable with his own sense of power in the world and trying to be more responsible and, I want to go do stuff. And we got comfortable that he would not do something really stupid. Does that answer your question? Are you looking for like?
It's okay.
Okay, yeah.
Great. Okay, great. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. So with that, to lead the spread, the topic, right? The richness of the topic. I'd like to now open up the room. Before we do that, I'd like to ask Sandy to reset the room, and then I'd like to go through the mic sequence and open up for the audience to participate directly. Sandy, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Hong. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Asian American Network. Today's event is total for 1 hour. So from now, we are going to open the Q&A. Please raise your hand to let us know if you have any question or want to echo or make a comments. So we recommend you mute your microphone while other guest is talking and wait your turn. Please follow us by clicking the greenhouse beside the club name. You will get the event detail information after we post it each time. Thank you very much. This is Sandy. I'm done speaking. Pass the microphone to Hong. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandy. Thank you so much. So I'm going to follow the mic sequence, but first of all, I'd like to get the guests to participate first, and then we circle around and have everybody else participate as well. So first is Christopher. Thanks, Chris, for joining us. Can you please share with us your point of view, any experience, or any questions you may have? Thanks, Chris. Hi, Chris, are you there? Hello, Chris. Bill, can you say something? I don't know if it's me or.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I do hear you.
Okay.
Chris, you're on mute. I don't know if you can. Okay.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I don't know why. Somehow maybe the Bluetooth had. So I just restarted the app. Yeah. So thank you.